To Division III, the teams that are moving on. Mount Carmel, congratulations, Coach Wesleyan. They get the #1 seed. Colton, you clap like you had anything to do with that. He moved away from your school there.
He did.
Ramona, #4, Mater Dei, #2, and Santa Fe Christian gets the 3 seed. They are all moving on to the next round. First game that we need to talk about is Santana, the 8, taking on Imperial, the 9. Santana, to go from a team that at one point we were circling, are they going to play for undefeated versus West Hills, to see them at an 8 seed? That feels low given where that team has been potentially in the season. But I think that this is a great 8-9 matchup here. Colton, what do you say you get us started?
8-9 matchups are probably the hardest to predict in the bracket. Santana is a really good team with some big wins. Imperial is coming a long way. I'll go Imperial upset. That offense is hard to go against, and it's going to be really hard to game plan against for Santana.
I will take the Sultans by a touchdown. Tommy.
I'm going to borrow a take from Colton that he used a couple of brackets ago. Imperial having to come out to Santana, more difficult than Santana going out to Imperial. And for that reason alone, I'm going to go with Santana. Santana's a good team, and I think if they win this one, they will give Mount Carmel a tough time. I don't think they'll beat Mount Carmel, but they're going to give them a tough time. So I like Santana.
I just like that in general, this bracket went from what we were saying at the beginning of the year, which was, all right, great, Mater Dei is going to like boat race through this, to
Mater Dei is a 2 seed.
Mater Dei, Mount Carmel would be an epic showdown. And if anybody else de-seeds it, we will no longer be a fan of your team. No, I'm just kidding. There's one team in here that I think could be the lower seed to mess all of that up. And we'll get to those in a second. Oh, yeah. Bodie, your take real quick on the 8-9 game.
I think this is an upset here. I know they'll be traveling out, but traveling to Santana, I mean, it's not enough to travel up the Fallbrook or anything like that. It's not the biggest trip, but I think they'll create some problems and go get a road win in the first round.
The team that I think could actually create the problems for everybody in this bracket is the West Hills Wolfpack.
Oh, I was going to say,
oh yeah.
You're going to say the #4 seeded Ramona Bulldogs. Well, we'll talk about them in next show, because we are for now just celebrating all the teams that have to play in the first round. But the West Hills Wolfpack, that's my stone cold sleeper of the week. They're going to get it done against Bonita Vista, and I think they could be the one team to challenge anybody other than Mater Dei or Mount Carmel in this bracket. Colton, I saw you nodding along in approval, so I'm assuming you're going to go West Hills as well this game.
Yeah, they had an unbelievable 10-0 season. That's tough to go undefeated and not get a first round bye. I know that hurts. They're going to come out with intention, and I think they're going to win handsomely over Bonita.
Win handsomely. That's the first time that I think we've ever had that descriptive adjective used on the show. So thank you, intern. We appreciate it. Tommy Morris, your take here on the #5 first 12 game.
Yeah, West Hills, it's not just a 10-0. It's been 10-0, but 10 pretty impressive wins. I mean, if you look at the schedule here, they've beaten some bigger schools, and they've beaten schools that they should have beaten by a lot, and they did. So that always is encouraging to me, but I don't know why. I have this little inkling that this is going to be a Bonita Vista victory. I don't know what is inspiring me to do that. I feel like I like Bonita Vista in this one. They both beat Olympian.
Wow.
Bonita Vista coming off a win over Hilltop. They had a tough loss to East Lake. East Lake's a great team. They've had to play some bigger schools. They had to play Otay Ranch, Olympian. They had to play Mater Dei. They had to play Patrick Henry's team that I think is very good too. They had to play them as well. So I think that we're looking at an upset, boys.
Tommy Morris unleashing a little bit of chaos into this bracket. Bodie De Silva, I heard a whoa from you. I'm assuming you disagree with Tommy's take here.
Yeah, so I like West Hills here. I mean, obviously they were a big surprise to go undefeated and not get a first round bye, but I think they'll win this game. And there's no guarantee in the next round. I mean, they'll certainly be motivated, but I think Ramona's a very good team. So at least for this round, I like West Hills to advance.
The 7-10 game sees El Cap taking on Orange Glen. El Cap and the Yoakley siblings, very, 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 very dynamic, like highlight-worthy plays every single week. So I see no problem for El Cap getting that done. I saw Orange Glen in person on Friday. You know that the deep attack is always going to be there, but if we're measuring signature playmakers against one another, I like what El Cap brings to the table. I have them winning this one. Tommy Morris.
Sorry, I stepped away to get a snack, and then the snack I forgot I ate it all yesterday, so I'm actually in a bad mood right now.
What did you eat? What did you eat everything of yesterday?
I had this, hip peas.
Yes.
Before
Yeah.
ate them all last night. Totally forgot.
That counts.
I was looking very forward to them, and
I feel like for you that counts as like the worst possible snack food you could stock in your pantry. I feel like you don't have anything, even though Halloween is tomorrow. I feel like you don't have anything bad.
No, yeah. I mean, this is my first time having actually have Halloween candy out, so we'll see what happens with that.
What are we talking about in terms of Mount Rushmore of Halloween candies?
Kit Kat
Kit Kat
stands alone.
Not
Stands
candy
al-
corn.
Stands
Kit
alone.
Kat stands
Nothing
alone.
compares. I had this conversation with my friend yesterday. Actually, nothing compares.
How about a toothbrush? There was a guy on my street who would give away toothbrushes. He was a dentist. Very smart marketing. He had his name on the tooth. You know what I mean? Like his name was on there. Very smart.
Oh man.
Sorry, what were we talking about? El Cap and Orange Glen?
El Cap, Orange Glen.
I think, obviously Mater Dei has a bunch of powerhouse guys on their team, but I think other than the guys on Mater Dei, the best player in this bracket is Savion Yokley. And he obviously plays for El Cap. So I like El Cap in this game, and they're going to have to run into a juggernaut in the next round, but El Cap, Yokley, going with that.
Bodie.
Yeah, I agree. I like El Cap. I think a little high scoring better and get that matchup against Mater Dei in the next round.
The last game to talk about in the Division III championships is Brawley versus Westview. The 6 Brawley is hosting Westview. I think that this one is chalk. One of the easier ones to determine here in this one. I have Brawley taking it. Tommy.
Never picking against Brawley in the playoffs ever. So Brawley, make it easy. Make it simple. That's also a very far trip too. We were talking about long trips. Brawley's pretty far out there, and Westview's got to go quite the distance to go out to Brawley. I like Brawley.
Colton Toll.
Brawley's the team that ended my high school career. I will never pick against them either. I'll take Brawley in a heartbeat.
Oh man. That should be analysis used more often by the particular group of people in this room as to who ended whose careers. Because I have Robbie Rouse and Madison to thank for that. We will. Bodie DeSilva, you want to close this out here, and then we'll move on to Division II.
Yeah, I won't be the comparer here. Regardless of where the game is taking place, I would take Brawley, and since it's out in the Valley and Westview has to go out there, it makes it even more obvious to me.